The first company I have the pleasure of introducing today is AuraVax. Joseph Sullivan has over 30 years of global pharma and biotech industry experience, building product brands and commercializing new innovations. With an MBA from Cornell and a BA from Hamilton, he is well positioned to lead AuraVax. AuraVax is commercializing an intranasal therapeutic, nanosting, for the treatment and prevention of upper respiratory disease due to viral pathogens. Please welcome Joseph Sullivan, CEO.
My name is, Sarah mentioned, is Joe Sullivan. I am the CEO of AuraVax. I want to thank all of you for taking the time this morning to learn more about our core technology, nanosting. I also want to thank very much Tian and the team at Opus 8 for organizing this event. All right, let's see, there we go. All right, nanosting is being developed as an antiviral to treat and prevent respiratory infections. Think in terms of influenza, SARS-CoV-2, RSV. It's part of a new sort of category called host-directed therapeutics, and it works by boosting your immune response to these infections. The benefits of this approach is, first, it's very broad acting. So I mentioned all of those viruses. The same compound will treat and prevent those different pathogens plus their variants. So you don't have to worry about mutant escape. It's also possible to target emerging threats as well as biothreats, and so we're getting a lot of interest from the military from that perspective. The second benefit is that the mechanism of action that we're focusing on seems to work quite well in the higher risk patients. Those are immunocompromised as well as older patients, and we've demonstrated that through different animal models. And then the third benefit is it is an intranasal administration. So not only are we attacking the pathogen at the site of infection, but we're also hopefully being able to sort of knock down the transmission of the pathogen and change sort of the kinetics of community infections. We've now tested nanosting 001, which is the therapeutic form of our platform, in 5 different animal models. I think it's 7+ different pathogens, primarily in the coronavirus and the influenza family. In each of these studies, we've been able to show that we can deliver the compound safely, we can induce the immune response that we want to induce in terms of innate immunity, and we've shown efficacy in each of the animal models. And this data is actually published, and I'm happy to share it with you. One example of the experiments is a challenge model that was done with influenza. In this model, we showed that we can pre-treat the animal, then challenge them so we can prevent infection. We can infect the animal, post-treat them to treat the infection, and we can do that better than the standard of care Tamiflu. And what we're focusing on is not only a better efficacy response, but to broaden the duration where the product is effective so you can get it on board later than you would with Tamiflu. The same mechanism of action can also be used to improve respiratory vaccines, specifically intranasal vaccines. So our compound not only can induce a better systemic response, but also activate a mucosal response, which no other vaccines are able to do at this point, which would make them provide for better protection from respiratory pathogens. And this would be the first mucosal adjuvant that would be available for vaccine developers. And we have 4 or 5 companies that are discussing with us partnering on this asset. With that background science, we've been able to form a number of collaborations with the Gates Foundation, the Defense Department, also a clinical collaboration. We have a contract with BARDA, and we also have an opportunity with the Novo Nordisk Foundation. Briefly, it's a very, very large market. We have a very clear strategy in terms of how we're developing it. We do want to focus on the dual use. We do want to focus on the subpopulations. We've already met with the FDA, so we've had our pre-IND meeting, so we have a path to the clinic. And we're very, very focused on accelerating opportunities where we can, especially in the vaccine space, so we begin to monetize the asset early. We've raised about $5 million to stand the company up and do the early development. We're now raising $4.5 million to finish the application to the regulatory agencies to begin clinical studies and to do our first clinical study. We have an awesome team, a lot of deep industry as well as academic experience. So in summary, we're developing nanosting as an antiviral. We've de-risked our approach to the clinical development. We have substantial revenue opportunities, and we're very, very focused on those accelerating opportunities so we can monetize the asset early. Thank you very much for your time this morning.